And welcome to the show, everyone. I'd like to share this site with you. This is the Freedom Rally in Canada. Live stream of it. Let's see how this comes along. They're going to be, after a few more speeches, I think they're going to be going to music and just playing around, having a good time. A lot of these people are off work. They have nowhere to go. Hey, Jules, how you doing? Let me turn this down a bit. Well, that is down quite a bit. So, there is a strike going on in Canada, trucker strike. Lucky, good to see you. And I've heard rumors that your truckers in the U.S. and other places, hey, James, are looking to join in. So I'm excited. I'm excited for many reasons about that. Not only the obvious one, that this is taking off, going worldwide. The lucky thing about that is that if they do have provocateurs, government provocateurs, like these people are quite aware of it. Hey, Dark Truth. Hey, Jen Fisher. So if it's worldwide and they have one provocateur in a country or a couple, it won't matter. Because if it's worldwide, it's the world wants it. And one provocateur won't make a difference. And we're memeing now how Justin Trudeau is in Klaus Schwab's pocket. That's going all over the place. People are calling for a non-confidence vote in our government, starting to. So this is exciting news. Now we expect that, well, they're already playing with the weather, we believe, because it's very cold in Ottawa, but it's normal to be cold in Ottawa. Hi, Jen Fisher. Good to have you here, huh? This is such a beautiful thing. Absolutely, Jen. I'm so excited about this. I know it may not be the end, but at least it's the beginning of the end. They're prepared to be there for weeks, as long as they need to be, really. So this is awesome. And I've been trying to catch news from the U.S. To see if I can find any more about the truckers in the U.S. joining in. And I'd like to ask you guys if you've heard anything of that. It's all very interesting to witness. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, how it turns out, Lucky. But it's exciting. It's interesting. It's good to see Canadians finally standing up en masse. We have stood up in small groups, but generally we trust our government. We thought we voted in people who represent us, and there were cars at the border showing support. Awesome. Thank you for saying that, Jen. Yes, I was sent an alert on Facebook. I'll need to look. Yeah, do that, Lucky. Any support, the eyes on, the thumbs up, anything we can do to help support them. That's why I'm doing this. I want you guys to help support them and share. This is a channel here that is going to apparently do constant streams, live streams about the truckers strike. So share that out if you can. That'll help the algorithm and help support in many other ways, because there are people out there that can donate. In Canada, we have one of our leaders of the party is a man named Jagmeet Singh. And one of the biggest donators to the truckers' strike was his brother, who is a trucker. So we have a lot of people in our country who are related to politicians who are standing up. Our premier, Doug Ford, his daughter protests in front of his house on a constant basis. It's good to see. I stand for the truckers, right on, Dark Truth. They are there, but not being allowed to enter Canada. So the stopping of the border in solidarity with y'all. Yes, that's what we wanted. We want to shut down the border. I know it'll be hard for Canadians. We're ready for it, though. We're hardy people. We can handle it. We can do a little bit. We can do a little bit of some time without some fresh vegetables. That's what preserved vegetables were made for. Things like cabbage and that. They have lots of vitamin C. Pickles, all of those preserved, salted vegetables that we eat. So we can get by on that. That's what ancient man used to do. So our bodies are quite used to that. So I'm not too worried about it. You know, I've got some veg growing myself for when the fresh veg runs out. So we're doing good there. I put some ormus in the soil the other day, and my beans grew. My peas, the snow peas, the stalks on them grew like an inch overnight. Not that that's that unusual for snow peas; they do grow rather quick. But yeah, smoking in G like Gandhi, do nothing and everything gets done. Well, Gandhi didn't do nothing. He did state his opinion, and that's what we're doing here, right? But yeah, like Gandhi, peaceful non-compliance. I think that's what you mean by doing nothing. Yeah, we have to not comply peacefully, and that's what we're doing here. It's awesome. Yeah, they're trying to paste. They're trying to paste this as a racist thing. um, but they estimate that up to one third of the truckers protesting, or even a quarter, uh, possibly less, are actually Sikh. We have Indians, we have Native American truckers. They're all protesting. This is not a racist thing like they're trying to portray it. Um, we're looking out for provocateurs, government provocateurs. As you can see, none of these people are wearing masks, and that's the fun part. Is because a government provocateur would probably have to come in wearing a mask to be legal, and they'll call them out, just like they do. They have down in the states at the January 6th. The provocateurs were called out. Unfortunately, the storming of the Capitol and the walk throughout the storming, the police escort through the Capitol still happened, right? And that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping for a January 6th here, something that they can paste as, uh, you know, uh, the radicals infiltrating. They're all radicals now. And these people aren't going to fall for that, I hope. I don't think they're going to storm the Capitol or even be walking through the Capitol. These people are here for peaceful protest only, and that's what they're doing. And there has been call in Canada. We can have what's called a non-confidence vote. I think you guys have something similar, uh, but this is just where we have the ability to change our government out because we have no confidence in them. This video has ended. Okay, they're going to restart in a while because they were running out of battery power. So that's okay. They're going to run some replays. That's cool. "2022 dates post to post soon." Nice. To DC 2022. That's quite a ways off, though. I don't think we have that long, Lucky. Is that what they're saying? That they're going to go in 2022? Because they should be going now. Really, they should step it up a little. I hope they do. Because if we can get this going worldwide, apparently it is going in Australia. The Australian truckers have joined us in solidarity and are going to their capital. So if the American truckers would do it now, that would be good. Hi, Trey. Yeah, if anything goes against what the powers that be don't like, it's racist, right? Dark Truth. Oh, you know what, Lucky? I didn't even know. I've been writing 2021 at work. It's 2022. Thank you. Okay, so they are going. Thank you. Brain fart. I got lost in a little time warp there. That's funny. Thank you. So that's good. Good to hear, Lucky. I never visited Canada. Wasn't aware they had castles there and mushrooms. Yeah, we do. Yep. We have Tartarian buildings, and you can have mushrooms delivered to the door. It's a wonderland, except for our government, really. Yeah, I do too, Lucky. I like the New Year in March. March 23rd for me. That's spring. And that's to me that's the beginning. So this is awesome, guys. I'm so glad you came to take a look. I don't have much to say about it except I'm happy, and what I've told you so far. Oh, the convoy, they were trying to paste it as little. There is at least 50,000 trucks involved in this. They call it racist because those dumb butts don't know the definition. Yeah, well, maybe they changed it so that it makes sense to them, like they did everything else. Like they changed the definition of vaccine and changed the definition of pandemic. Hey, Steve-O, how you doing? So does anyone have family that are truckers? Anyone here? I don't, unfortunately, but then I would have a better inside. Anya Teak is in Ottawa, I think, or Edmonton, joining the strike. And they didn't take down my video yesterday, which I'm incredibly happy about. Your daddy was a truck driving man? Right on. Yeah, we needed the big symbol. We needed the symbol of the truckers. They still have a union. The union's not standing up for them, unfortunately. They may change their tune soon. I don't know. Hopefully they do. They're supposed to represent every trucker on every side of every issue. They're not supposed to be choosing who they support. They're paid to support their truckers. And if these truckers are demonstrating they should be supported by their union that they pay into. Wait until Pluto moves into Aquarius. Oh boy. Oh yeah, Pluto. Pluto would be the underworld. The considered the devil in some places, in some things. Saturn is the father, the judger. My daddy was a truck driving man. I like that. I'm not a Canadian, but I'm so proud of you guys. I am finally proud to be a Canadian too, Jen. As I said, I protested 2 years ago, almost now. I protested a year ago. Got a couple of honks then, and now finally I can see a protest that's going to take hold. It's amazing. They're going to do it in March 2024. Oh, it comes in March 2024. Pluto moves into Aquarius. Well, we're very close then. Is that at the beginning of March, hopefully? I'm hoping that's at the beginning. March of 2023, 2024, 2023. Flag Cape. Yeah, and another proud thing. What's that? Flag Cape. 1010. I don't know what you mean. Hi, Zoe. How you doing? These people are looking for provocateurs. They understand the globalist influence of what's going on around them. And this is all being promoted. There's a meme going around that I haven't seen where Klaus Schwab is claiming that he has our prime minister in his pocket and he'll do whatever he wants. So this whole thing is, I don't know if the globalists accounted for that. They may have, but we know who the power is behind these globalists too. There's families that stay hidden, and we know who they are. I won't call them out right now because that might take my video down. But we know who they are. We can follow the money, and we can see who's behind people like Gates and Klaus Schwab and all these others. We can easily see who's behind our prime minister because he talks about it. Oh, Gal was a flag cape. Yeah, Gal was wearing a flag like a cape. Yeah, we like doing that. There's quite a few people I've seen doing that. There are flags everywhere, Zoe. So, oh, and I wanted to show you guys something. This is kind of I'll read this to you. So, I think that we should all become Canadians, every one of us. I think that you guys and everybody everywhere should become a Canadian citizen. Well, not even a citizen, just become a Canadian. Because the name Canada likely comes from the Huron Iroquois word Kanata, spelled Kanata. And the meaning of that word is village or settlement. In 1535, two Aboriginal youths told French explorer Jacques Cartier about the route to Canada. They were actually referring to the village of Stadacona, the site of the present city of Quebec. So I like you all to be Canadians, be a villager. We should all be a little Canadian. So let's listen in for a minute.
we're going to have another lineup of speakers later in the afternoon.
So we had Maxime Bernier speak earlier. He's the leader of a party that probably would have won.
Okay, we're going to kick it off
if we didn't have, well, he would have gotten at least a seat, some seats in Parliament and had a voice if we weren't under a dictator. Like Justin said, if you want to get rid of a dictator, vote me out. But the very nature of a dictator is that they cheat and you can't vote them out.
This is my song for you people. It's called Rise Up. I know you guys heard it.
Thank you, Dark Truth. Yep. Excellent. I'm a Canadian as of right now. Awesome.
That's not a crime. Hit it,
Zoe's
DJ.
a Canadian. Awesome. As much as I appreciate the offer, I love you, Canadian, but I got to be an American. Okay. At least I know it's not the crap we see now. Awesome. So they're going to have music play all night, I think, at least until late into the night. They're going to have entertainment probably all week long. And they are looking out for big money. They are well aware of big money. All of this, these cranes and all of that, and these truck beds and stuff, they are all donated. These are the truckers themselves donating to the cause, their time, their trucks, their money. They have $6 million held up in a GoFundMe fund to help support them. But they're going to find other ways, I think, to help support them. I've been looking, haven't found any direct way yet. But they have lined up a DJ, Zoe. It's going to be a night party. It's minus 20 up there. Let me check the temperature up there and tell you how determined these people are. So it's minus 9. Let's see, what's that? Let me convert that. That's really cold. Fahrenheit Celsius. Oh. Minus 9 degrees. No, not 9.
Love you guys.
Having a little trouble here. Minus 9. Oh, there's a converter. So that's 15 degrees. Minus 9 is 15 degrees in Fahrenheit.
Thank you so much. We're going to set up our DJ. We're going to have a little party here in the street.
I claim all the world. After all, I am the earthling. You are everything. Excellent, Dark Truth. So is this making a difference, changing the mandates? Not at the moment yet, Zoe. It did make one of the premiers in Saskatchewan claim that if the vaccine doesn't stop transmission, what's the point of mandating it for cross-border truckers? So the common sense is starting to come out, and that's in the public view. Yeah, John, your body adjusts those temperatures. Yeah, and you wear snow pants, right? You can see a lot of people wearing a couple of layers of pants there. You put on a few layers and you're fine,
Okay, guys,
you know.
go for a quick walk.
But yeah, it does get cold, especially if you're just standing around. You have to do the hippity hop every once in a while to get the blood flowing.
Just I'm just top of my truck.
And there's
here.
the heat of all the people too.
But this smokestack for the truck. Let's get a quick gander. The crowd that's here.
Yeah, I'm glad you come to Canada, Lucky. It's a beautiful country. Like if you look on Google Earth, the huge, vast tracts of land that are preserved land, like Algonquin, and even in every city, there's usually some forest land. No, that's not bad at all, Steve-O. I think people could try and use that. A lot of your ticket, yeah. Actually, I haven't sat down to do that, Steve-O, but I would like to one time.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. See that guy's in the distance, rocking the truck.
Yeah, now we just stay home, right? Smoke, right, G?
How does he do that?
/ music festival, break out the glow sticks. The glow sticks were out last night, Zoe Jane. There were glow stick, glow balls actually. There were people doing little shows with glow balls, spinning glow balls, and music as well. But now they're setting up camp, and they're not leaving, right? You can see all the lawn chairs, all these trucks are in position, and they're here for the long haul. This is the beginning of it. The news agencies the alternative news agencies, have planned to show up en masse by this coming Friday. So that's how long they plan to stay there, because they know that Justin Trudeau is not going to cave easily. He is not going to give in to this very easily or readily. He's already put himself in isolation. And, they may shut down the internet. Who knows what they'll try and pull. Shut down the internet, turn off the power. They could do all kinds of stuff. So this is a fight. And we'll see how far it goes. Yeah, good people need to connect with each other. Yeah, this is not planned to end. But I don't think I could last an hour outside there. Fingers, feet would freeze. Oh, you keep moving, Trey. If you just keep moving, you're fine. Beautiful country, beautiful people, kind people. Until 2 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Just go nowhere and be sad. Don't be sad, Lucky. Don't let that get to you. Okay? And don't necessarily think that this is a win, guys. But let's be happy about it, because it's going. Hi, Hippie Shake. Everyone been watching? Awesome. So happy to hear that, Hippie Shake. Yeah, we should, Joey. We should. We should have weekly freedom rallies. And parties, just have fun. It's good for morale. Absolutely. That would bring back more of a community feeling, And there hasn't been one act of violence in this entire rally. It's been on for 2 to 3 days. So it's going really well. And as I say, these people are ready to call out provocateurs. As you can see, nobody is wearing a mask, and a provocateur or a government agent would have to be coming in with a mask to adhere to their mandates. And anyone calling for violence will immediately be called out, because that's not the way we want to do it. We want a non-confidence vote. And we want Maxime Bernier put as uh, an interim prime minister or stand in until we can hold an election and get proper candidates. That may take a while because we have to clear out the swamp. Uh, you know, Canada has swamps too. It's brilliant, awesome. Yes, bonding as many people is muy important. That's how you build a strong community. Yep, and that's what these people are doing here from all across Canada. And Canadians love people. We don't care where you're from, the East Coast, the West Coast, it doesn't matter. What country you come from, we welcome you. You know, if you've got a smile on your face and love in your heart, you're welcome here. And they're playing Rush, a Canadian band, Geddy Lee and Rush, who you should look them up. They have some great music. Neil Young used to have great music to me until he. What, I gotta love that. Neil Young and Joe Rogan battle it out, and Neil Young just got his ass whooped. That was hilarious to me. So, anyone want to come up and comment on the truckers' strike? I'll let you guys come up and comment for a minute. Maybe if you have some news, Jen, you said you saw something going on the border. That would be awesome to hear about. They'll be starting up another video in a moment, I'm sure. They have a lot of problems with power because it's cold out there. And they're having a lot of problems with signals because there's so many people streaming. It's kind of overloading the internet there. There's another cape. Zoe. There's another cape. Flag cape. We do like to do that. I have a flag cape in my drawer, so it's all ready to go. I've been listening to live streams all day, putting my energy in this. I am extremely happy. I'm extremely proud. I really, words just can't, words just can't express how happy I am to see this. What was that comment? I got an interesting comment the other day, a negative one, about what's going on. I'd like to read it for you. Let's see. Which was it? Maybe. Is it here? Here it is. Turn that down for a second. Okay, so. Dude, you are literally doing nothing and thinking you're a hero for it. This train is going to get driven off a cliff just like January 6th. Gayer because it's Canada. Okay, thank you, Nicholas Benoit, for your comment. We are well aware of that, Nicholas Benoit. Jello and I. Okay, I'll give that a try. Jello and I am not familiar with that name. I'll let you in. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Chloe, say hi.
Hi, Jello.
Say hi. It's Steve-O, actually.
Steve-O, hey, how you doing? That's kind of risky, letting you in with a different name there. I've done that before and been spammed. So, how are you doing, Steve?
Well, I'm doing all right. I'm not used to doing things like that. And I see the
Awesome.
streamline. I clicked it, and well, hello all.
Thank you for clicking. So, are you
I'm kind of
excited about
camera
this?
shy though.
Yeah, a
I'm
lot of
kind of
people
camera
are.
shy.
I'm not that comfortable doing the show and all that myself. I just do it because, well, I was drawn to it. I needed to share remote viewing, and it led to all this and talking to you guys and stuff. So I kind of like it. So kind of like it, but it's a little scary at the same time.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Hi.
That's my daughter. Come on, Zoe.
Hello.
That's Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. We have a Zoe in chat too.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll be on the chat and I'll have it on the TV and somebody will say Zoe or you'll say Zoe about it and my
Yeah.
dog will look around.
Oh. I know
This
to say
one's
hi to you now, Zoe. I'll say
this
hi to
one's
you every show.
real smart. Trust me. Smarter than you think.
Excellent. Nice to hear. You're raising her right.
Trying to do my best.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the trucker strike?
Ah, I think it's awesome actually. I'm actually as an American kind of jealous. I mean, honestly,
I told you. I knew it.
I'm kind of jealous. I think Americans would have done this a long time ago. I'm not a trucker, but on the flip side of it, I can also view as the patriot trucker not wanting to fall in line with maybe some of the plans that could have been down the line with people doing that. So
Yep. Yep. There's
they
a lot
might
of
have had the smart play. Let's show up for the war and have everyone ready for the war, but not fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Get
yeah,
full hilt ready for the war. Let's go, but not show up on the day for battle. You know
yeah.
what I'm
And
saying?
so far, this is grassroots. No big money
Yeah.
has made their way in. Everything is it's an organic thing, an organic response as far as I can see uh, to the mandates coming up. They're not actually implemented yet on the international truckers, so they've closed down the border, preempting and saying no, we're going to take this over. And there's a lot of profanity on a lot of the trucks, makes me laugh, but. Yeah, so I'm
Y'all too,
hoping this stays organic and we don't end up with the January 6th event.
y'all too as well has been locked down more significantly. She had to show you
Ab-
guys the cat.
Absolutely. Okay.
More so than we have as well. If that's correct.
Yes, we have been on a constant state of deprivation of our rights for 2 years. We haven't been able to go to restaurants, uh, to anything really. Any entertainment has been cut off or limited to some degree for 2 years. So yeah, it's been pretty bad in Canada. We've
You
put up
know,
with a lot, and I don't know why.
posterity
But
maybe.
well, we're Canadians seem to be very trusting. We are very trusting. Like they trust their government. I think we believed that we voted in people that were going to represent us, and Trudeau gave us the nod, saying no, you didn't, by saying if you want to get rid of a tyrant, vote me out. But the very nature of a tyrant is you can't vote them out because they cheat. So
Yeah,
the only way to
I think
deal
that was
with
a
a
big wake up
tyrant is
call
to
for us
stand up to
Americans
them.
right now too as well. You know,
I,
because
I'm hoping
we've
it
been
is.
underneath the same system, just underneath a different flag.
Yeah, and we're like the testing ground for all of this. Unfortunately, us in Australia. Australia is a little, well, not a little.
I
They're a
haven't heard
lot.
too much from Australia. I hope they're doing okay over there. Because
They're
me
doing
personally, I
horrible
haven't
as
seen
far
too
as
much.
I know. As far as I know, it's going quite terrible over there. They're beating people in the streets. They're rubber bulleting them. They're
I
gassing.
I figured we get a media blackout on that, you know,
They're
just like they
chasing
do
down teenagers
CCTV,
for going to the
LSD, all that
beach
other
at
good
night.
stuff.
It's ridiculous. You know, you can't go to the
You know,
beach at night in
it was
Australia.
a couple what was it, a couple months ago that a couple broke out of a quarantine center there or something like that. I think something like that happened, and they actually filmed it. I don't know if
Yeah,
they covered it up yet, but it went up viral for a little bit,
yeah.
dude. I
They
You
literally
see
hunted
that?
them down. Yeah,
Like they literally ran them down like dogs.
yep,
Like they had committed a crime and robbed a bank and shot an old lady. Yes, they go.
exactly.
Is this the guy you are watching when you fell asleep with a marker in your hand?
Yes, I was extremely tired from class and I passed out.
And he
I fell asleep
put
last
his
night after
marker.
class. Actually, before we got done with class last night, and I fell asleep. The marker in my hand and it bled all in the bed.
Oh, jeez. That
And she had
happened
to tell
too.
on me. She couldn't tell on me with mom, with her mom, but
That,
she had to tell on me on here.
some people find class very relaxing to the point where they pass out halfway through. So,
Well,
hi,
it
Robo
wasn't
Hunk.
really so much as relaxing. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
That picture with the pebbles,
Uh huh.
that was exhausting. Like
That was a
it was
tough one.
it was exhausted me, dude. Like it, it's exhausting for me. At least for me. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or putting too much. I don't know, but it was exhausting
No, you do have
when
it.
I started actually trying to do it and not just playing with it. It
Hmm.
started exhausting like my energy real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I just let it happen. I don't force it. Hi, G. How you doing?
Good. Hello,
That
everyone.
maybe that's
Yeah,
my problem. I was too busy trying to
yeah,
force it.
yeah. If you try, it's like the that movie saying, uh, uh, you do, but you do not try, you just do, right?
Yeah,
So if you
yeah.
the idea is to let go and let the messages come in. You're not trying
You know,
to think
you
of
said
them
that
or
on a previous class, and I kept remembering that as I was trying to go through this last class,
yeah,
and that's what I felt the pushing and pulling
yeah. You're
effect.
not looking for your thoughts. You're letting the thoughts and the images come to you.
Yeah.
Hi, G.
Hi. Hey, don't feel badly. I totally sucked last night. I was in somebody else's head or something. I don't know. But it is
Yeah,
really great.
that's another crazy thing too. Sometimes when I try to do it, I like feel like I'm jumping to three, four other things along the way getting there.
Yeah,
And you are. And that's the thing.
yeah,
You're picking up what I call my neighbor's thoughts. You're just picking up all this stuff and sometimes it interrupts what you're trying to see.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's lots of things that can get in the way. Um, that's why it's all well. They, it's one place where I would say an ego death is a perfect thing, almost a perfect way to say it, because you're not. It's not you that you're getting the information from.
Well,
It's from out
I
there.
mean, it's hard to jump away from this physical part
Hmm.
of things
Yeah.
and
Yep.
know that you can find a way to detach from it, but it's hard psychologically because you're still putting your own energy out there and it's attached to this thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And it is hard too because you have to use the thinking mind to interpret what you're seeing,
Yeah.
to relate it,
Yep.
Exactly. It's
right?
like something's telling me something, but am I getting the right language going on here?
Yeah. And, and,
Yeah.
and, and that's where the practice comes in because over time you'll be able to interpret what you see much better.
Yeah. Like the class before this, when I said I was getting uneasy and stuff like that, I was only getting uneasy because the moment you flash the picture, I closed my eyes and I could see it in my head, the picture and everything and all the detail. But the way to interpret it, I was interpreting it wrong. But I see where I was interpreting it wrong, and it freaked me out. It was like I mean, it was weird.
When my dad watches you, I do not understand a thing.
it's a very different show, Zoe. A lot of people come onto my show and just sit and watch for a couple of minutes, and then they go away because they don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, that's very possible.
It's happened a few times, yeah.
And if you don't know anything, you come into the chat. It's like we're doing our own conversation and language over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if you're not in a realm of openness period at all, you're just would be like, what the heck are these guys on?
So yeah, I stopped in to say I am so happy to see this happening in Canada. And we actually here in Oregon need this to happen as well. I mean, it's just getting ludicrous over here.
My phone. That's just my
They,
phone going dead. You want to go grab my charger?
Yes.
Yeah, they,
You guys have no idea. You guys just made my daughter's day.
oh, excellent. I love the dog and kitty, by the way. I really do. But yeah, over here in Portland, they're just taking things upon themselves. There is not a mandate
No.
for vaccine passports here. However, the restaurants are just taking it upon themselves to implement that and force us. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's like the people are making their own laws up over here.
Now, are there incentives maybe?
All right.
Well, I wondered, you know, because the insurance companies can be coming in through the back door is what I'm speculating.
I was free.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. If they can save, because insurance is expensive, that can take up a good portion of your profit.
Yes, and if you don't meet requirements, you don't get insurance, you don't have a business.
Yeah.
It's just, that's how they really pull strings. It's
Yeah.
always behind the scenes. And yeah, I'm speculating it's something like that. But because there's so many, there's hundreds of restaurants here now that require a pass. Well, where do I get one? Because they haven't made them up here yet. I mean, it's just that it's so crazy. These people are just something else. And
That's insane.
so getting back to Canada, yeah, I'm really happy to see this happening because we've hit the tipping point. We have to push back. And I got my answer. I was sitting back going, how long is it going to take this current civilization to step up and say no? And our answer is 2 years.
Yes. Perfect, G. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our answer. Hopefully, this
I don't
takes
know how
off
long it's
worldwide.
gonna
I do know, I've heard from Jen Fisher that there are people joining in at the border because the border's closed. Like Canada, we closed the border.
Well,
So
It's him.
that just happened. So
Yeah.
so there won't be any produce, won't be any goods going across the border until this is over, and that'll
And
hurt
it
a lot of businesses.
Absolutely. But see, and that's the whole idea. You have to cause this civilization pain
Yeah.
for it to wake up and say, this is just beyond, and we have to we're not going to go through a new voting system until we've absolutely cleared the decks and thrown everybody out. Everyone. And their staff. Everyone.
And that is being promoted here. They
Excellent.
understand that Justin Trudeau was trained by and is under the foot of Klaus Schwab. They know it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we know that Klaus Schwab is not the tip of the iceberg, that there are others above him. And this is being called out by hopefully our interim prime minister while we elect other candidates and get rid of all of these sellouts. And we can have him take over for a little while until we can have a proper election and get some candidates in that aren't going to sell us out to globalists.
Yes.
can you even
yeah.
have a proper election nowadays? I
No.
mean, with
We can't.
the advent of
No.
the mandates and the
No.
divide between electronic and non-electronic
The voting
voting.
machines have just been corrupted. We use the same Dominion voting machines, the same programs, so they're easily infiltrated, easily manipulated, and there have been ongoing court cases about that in
Yeah,
Canada.
but
Only on
wouldn't
the
that
lower
wouldn't that
level,
just
though.
be part of the plan to keep those court dates going along and chugging along, saying, yeah, here's another carrot, come on, let's do this again, or
No,
and
because we have
over
we
time.
what we have in Canada is a non-confidence vote where you get ousted, and an interim prime minister gets put in place until the parties can get their asses together and get proper candidates, and then we can have an election, and
Yeah.
that's the process.
And that's what has to happen here too. We can't pussyfoot around more with pulling one in and taking one out. This no, we have to clear everybody from.
That is the legal process in Canada of clearing house.
And you know what?
Yes.
I got the same spirit. I wish we could just take all the garbage we put up against our original Constitution and Bill of Rights. I think everyone that's in the political system needs to be dropped down, and we have a revote from the top down up, and we
Yep,
start putting in different articles that we want from the foundation of what we were
exactly.
written at.
Yes.
But
Yes,
that ain't gonna happen.
And one thing that we really need to clean up
maybe.
is our policies, and that is, if you're a congressman or senator, you get, let's say, 8 or 12 years max. Then you're gone. You never, ever, ever come back.
Yes.
These career politicians, if you want to call them something else, I'm fine with that too. Have just there's Pelosi. She's been in there since I was a kid, and I'm
Yeah.
old, people.
She's only in there. She's only in there to make money. That's
Oh,
what
they
she's
all
in.
are. They're career politicians. They're the mouthpieces for the whomevers, the Illuminati, cartel whomevers.
The
Whomever.
cabal.
And we know how the
Definitely
game is
not
ran. We just have to hit our tipping point, and we have to get uncomfortable to do so.
Yeah, yeah. I've been waiting for this for 2 years. It hasn't hit the crazy point yet, I don't think, but it's getting there. We are
Yeah.
much closer to it,
Yeah.
and that'll be the tipping point.
Well,
We'll
and
see. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say yes. And, speaking of the different levels we have in society, of course, Portland has a lot of homeless people for many reasons. But I watch what the homeless do, and they have escalated their boldness to steal and do whatever, nefarious stuff. Their boldness has escalated, and that is a canary in our coal mine here, because
Well, yeah,
it's
not everybody homeless is a robber or is a thief. There's a lot of them that's actually just brought down through this stupid crap that we've been put through, and all this has been by design, you know, and they've had to turn to that because they have not
no.
had no other alternative,
Yes, you're
you know.
absolutely right. Let me correct myself. I'm not speaking, of a lot of homeless, and maybe that is the wrong word. It's, the ne'er-do-wells around
No, you
here.
you were
Well, yeah.
correct in using that word because they are homeless. It's just I just want to make
Here's
that aware
here-
so someone out on the outside thinking about it.
here's a
Oh, it
good
can happen to
example of
me
that.
tomorrow. So yes.
Is there's a rapper, a young underage rapper in New York that I guess is being promoted by the system. Shot a cop, got out, paid bail for shooting a cop after shooting a cop by the company promoting him. So his promotion company bailed him out of jail for 250,000, and he's out on the street. And like that's criminal. I'm sorry, that young gentleman should not be out on bail. He should be in jail, and he's going to get off on that charge.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
that's part of the industrial prison complex. See, they don't want these guys to be rehabilitated, and they don't really want to hold them. Well, they want to keep running them around in the loop. So yes, they'll let them out on bail. Go commit more crimes, so we can make more money off of
yeah,
you.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm a product of that
sad, fair.
generation. At least in the American complex here in America, I was able to get out of that. Not many people can. A lot of people just get on the same cycle, and even with me not going into prison and regurgitating that cycle here on
Yep.
the outside, been going through that system,
Hmm.
and they still put you through the system just in different ways.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
We're,
still
absolutely.
a,
yeah.
it's still a stronghold system that they got on the populace.
Yeah. We're made to eke out an existence where it should be a prosperous existence for everyone.
Correct.
There is plenty. There is no
You know, everyone has the
shortages.
same opportunity, but
You
the
know
people that have already used their opportunity are using the rest of their opportunity to make sure no one else gets their opportunity.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
that's
The opportunity shall be cut
ridiculous.
off here because we've got it all. Yeah.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
Yeah.
and they're not dumb. They've been doing this for multi generations,
Hmm.
so it's not like they don't know how the nature of the human mind and the human body and society as a whole works because they have family generational information given to them.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just talking about the Titanic going down and all the wealthy families that went down there, leaving only the Rockefellers and a few others. Oh, how did that happen, eh? You know,
I didn't think of that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, there
Oh,
is
such
a
an accident.
conspiracy.
We only had so many lifeboats. For real.
for real. Yeah,
For real.
yeah,
Come on, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
How many rich people was on? I mean, how many people? Think about it.
yeah.
If you're gonna own a boat, you gotta make sure of safety. I mean, people are rich, but rich people aren't stupid.
No, no.
I mean, just because you're rich don't automatically means you're smart.
Yep. No,
Neither.
they got
So
fooled. They got fooled. Uh, yeah, there's a whole conspiracy theory about the Titanic
Yeah.
and its sister ship, the Olympic.
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff by this time has been just rabbit hole the hell out of to keep people busy. And that
Well,
sucks.
when it involves money, when it involves a lot of money,
Yes, and
it's
powerful people they need to
it's
get rid of.
yeah, it's worth paying attention to. And that led up to the reserve too. You have to understand that getting rid of that money led up to
Made
somebody
a
getting
way for them.
control of the reserve. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah.
I
So
agree with you.
because a lot of that money wouldn't have agreed to that because that would have taken their power away and their control and made them much less than they are. So yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of them weren't for it, and if they had lived, it probably wouldn't have happened. But they had to. So yeah, they had to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just reading, Zoe Jane. Everybody in Canada is very happy to protest. This is great.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah,
no
I
ang-
mean, I really like seeing that for real. That's even though I'm not there. It's not my can of worms up there. But man, just seeing people come together, even though the mainstream's trying to flip it whichever way, it's
Yeah,
pretty neat, man, for real. You
It
don't get to
is.
see actual people come together in a positive form like that every generation. It don't happen like that. It really
yeah.
don't. Not
Only
peacefully,
every
not
once
really
in a
like
while.
that. You know, we
Yeah,
got a
it
whole
should,
different demographic
except
down
that,
here. We got people down here that wants to take those things and have taken those things and rid the line and started fires and took a good thing and
Yep,
turned it bad. So we have a
yeah,
whole different angle we got to hit from down here.
yeah. But I saw good things happen in your country too. I saw Antifa stopped at city at county lines and city lines and turned back. And I'm
Well, yeah,
hoping that
well, look, dude, that's
that's
one.
the things that are going to happen here. I think is that
Well, of
these people
course,
are ready for these provocateurs, and if they start looting or burning, that's going to be stopped. Canadians don't really like that kind of thing. We're pretty honest, decent people. Believe you should give honest money for value and stuff. Don't rip stuff off.
well, I
yeah.
Mob
mean,
the
Well,
mob
here
y'all do
it's,
mentality.
have y'all do have,
here,
like I said, y'all on a different level when it comes to y'all society. We've had a multi-generational societal breakdown happen here in America. We've been fighting a war 4,000 miles away, trying to make money
Yeah,
in someone else's play box. And the whole
yeah,
time they've had our smart people over there dealing around in the sand, they've been screwing and pumping our kids full of drugs and
Yep.
experiment things, saying they
Our,
have issues and things like
ours
that,
as
dude. And
well.
while everyone's going off fighting someone else's war, they've
Yeah.
just been slowly degrading the society, man. And it's fucking, this is where we're at as America. It
Yeah.
sucks.
They've done the same thing in our scholastic system that they've done to yours, and that's got to change too. The basics have to be brought back, and these kids need to learn how to read, write, and do math. Um, as a foundation. You know, they need a good foundation, and they're not getting it anywhere at the moment.
Oh no,
And
it's
that's on
total,
purpose.
yeah,
That's on purpose.
propaganda. Totally.
And the big pharma crap, pumping kids full of drugs and medically altering
Yeah,
their
the
chemicals in their
vaccine
brain before they
schedule.
even develop. I mean, before they're even fully developed and understand
Well,
how their brain's going to
well, see,
operate
the
itself.
deal is the United States is dopehead city, and it has been since Clinton was in. You know, they brought all the cocaine through Arkansas, and they became a cartel. And
Oh
they
yeah,
have
I know a lot
they're
about
making
that.
money at both ends.
Yeah,
Their drugs because
it's like anything else. They bid on both sides of the war and cut the profit in the center. They don't care who wins or loses. They still get paid.
to get rid of the competition.
Yeah, to get rid of the competition.
That's it. And then if you get busted with it, and then they make money on the prison end of things. So
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation when you hold all the cards and make the rules of the, of the game.
There's a Tartarian building, G. one of the, you guys should, if you guys like Tartarian buildings, you should look at Ottawa City. It's got a lot of what you would call like Tartarian style.
oh, nice. Well, I was laughing earlier. They had a "Fu Trudeau" sign up on one of the trucks there.
Yeah, there's a lot of profanity. We were
Hey, words
Canadian,
have power.
Canadians have decided. It's and just like the U.S. has decided to what was it? Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Let's go, Trudeau. How's
yeah,
that?
let's go, Trudeau. Yeah, yeah. It's not as lyrical, but it gets the point across.
I hate our political system. It's so rampant and messed up.
Yeah, ours is. I don't think ours is that bad, really. It really isn't. It's just been infiltrated, and I think the same of your system. It does need some revamping, some stripping back, but really, the basis of our systems are pretty good. Uh, it's just these people have got in and manipulated laws and stuff, and that has to be changed.
I
But the
just hate
base,
the fact, man, when I grew up, I was painted a whole different picture of the world and freedom and things that were supposed to be going on or people were supposed to be doing, myself included. But as I grew up, I had a whole different portrait of what was sold to me.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then as I woke up and realized everyone's playing a whole different game.
yeah. I
Everybody
used,
is. Each
I used to go
individual is.
fundraising
What
for
is it?
cancer research. I used to go fundraising door to door for cancer research. I used to do that.
I had
You
a
know,
real good history teacher, and I thank him for that.
yeah. The things we believed in. I believed in the Red Cross. I believed in these institutions, and then you find out at their root they're started by these oligarchs for not good reasons. You know, and that throughout their history, all they've done is taken your money. They're just ways to take more people's money. These NGOs, all of these. Uh, what do you call them? Charities. Yeah, they're charities for the
Oh
rich.
yeah,
You know?
charities is just lining someone else's pocket.
Yeah, yeah,
That's all that is.
yeah. That's why I like the idea of us being Canada. Everybody become a Canadian because we're all a villager. You're in my village, I'm in your village. You're my neighbor, I'm your neighbor. You know,
You
And that's
know,
what.
as I remember as a child growing up, before I started actually opening my eyes and seeing what was going on, that's the way I remember growing up. And then I got to watch the slow decline of it. Like my last brief
Yep.
memories of good things was America that I was painted. And then as I got older, I with my without having the knowledge of really what was going on, I slowly watched it all. And when
Yeah.
you go back and look at it, hindsight's always 2020, and you're like, holy shit, Domino 1, Domino
Yep.
6, they're all
We
going
gave it.
down.
We gave it all away, and it happened bit by
Man,
bit. You know.
I don't think we gave it all away, but I think we gave enough of it away that when you give somebody an inch, they take a mile, and they fucking take a
Yep.
bunch of miles.
Yep. They went too far. You know.
Yep.
So I'm glad to see this. But it's been, like I say, like you were saying, it's been going on for probably thousands of years, you know? And now we're coming into hopefully, the age of Aquarius. Some people believe we are, some people believe we aren't. But from what I'm seeing, it may be that we are, you know? I think at least part of Canada's waking up. They realize the globalist agenda, and the globalist agenda goes right back to the control of the Sumerian and all these other oligarchs throughout history. You know, the descendants of Vlad the Impaler. Call them out. You know, uh, call them out for their sickness. Like they put one of their own up on trial. They put Andrew out as their sacrificial goat, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We
I
don't
mean,
want the goat. We want the whole dragon. You know.
if we try if we shake the system enough and put these guys in the hole deep enough to where they want to hide hard enough, we
Yeah.
might have the chance to look for the cigarettes, baby.
Well, our prime minister has run
Look,
and hid. He's on lockdown. He's afraid of his safety. He's called all of the politicians to leave Ottawa because of the protest. So they're really trying to put the fear factor in these people partying outside the Capitol.
look, man, if we're smart enough and careful enough, we could have the opportunity to actually build the society that we know we should build.
Hmm.
Because if they're going to try to knock down this whole house of cards, because they've done it in the past and they have the tools and and the know-how.
Yep.
Okay, but if we are smart enough and have the ability enough to twist it in our favor, we actually
Yes.
might thank them later for having the opportunity to create something more beautiful with actual
Oh,
truth,
absolutely.
not propaganda and lies and
Absolutely, Steve-O.
marketing and bullshit. The people that understand this aspect, we actually might have a chance to take it away. Just like they try to take it away from us, we'll just take this opportunity to take it right back from them.
Yep. Well, people have been saying this for years, saying the story for years of what's going on. Alex Jones is one. I know many others that have been talking about this globalist agenda, and it is resonating with people. So I see hope of changing it too. We can take back all these systems that they have in place, this wireless system that they're going insane with, and that's being used to manipulate people emotionally. And, you know,
Oh yeah,
and
those waves that they're putting out, man. If you're sensitive on any wavelength, like
oh yeah,
internally, you know what
yep,
I'm talking about,
oh yeah,
dude. Let me tell you something. Since they started this transfer of power and all this crap that they're doing, the things I've been going through personally, dude, it's blah. I don't even want to
hmm
talk about it. But it's
hmm
blah.
hmm
It's just the signals they're pumping out that's causing things.
it is.
It's ridiculous, and I didn't believe that shit up until about I was told this by my uncle a long time ago when I was my daughter's age.
Yeah,
Everyone else thought he was crazy, but I was young and I was impressionable. I sat there and listened to every little bit of it, soaked it up.
yeah,
I've written him off as crazy for the last 20 years,
yeah.
and then
I only
everything started
became
happening, and
awake.
I started I started to remember what he would say to me and how he spoke, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep. When you feel it and you notice an effect like a headache or an ache in your body or strange feelings, strange smells, uh, mostly pains, change in a mood, have a mood change from happy to just angry for no reason. That can be caused by frequencies. You know, they can transmit that right through the power lines in your house. What they have is called the lily wave.
What I have found, the actual technician or whoever's trying to focus on
Hmm.
anything to fucking raise the level, when
Yep.
I kind of like when I'm on your class and I feel like I'm having that happen, I could almost go to the location where that person is that's adjusting something,
Oh yeah.
and it aggravates the hell out of me because
Yeah.
I know it's not just like if you go to a certain places in town and down in governmental areas,
Yeah.
like literally like you can feel where they're scanning and doing things, then if you have the capability, you can really almost exactly see it, but
Me,
you're feeling it and
me.
you're
Yep.
trying to examine it through this
Me and
fleshy
my
thing.
wife do not go downtown anymore because there's too much electricity in the air, too much radiation. There was one spot that both of us walked by, and it almost took us down. Like we started feeling nauseous. We had heart palpitations, trouble breathing, and we quickly got out of there. The effect lasted for quite a while, many hours after. And yeah, it was just a convergence of all of these energies that they're pumping out. I don't think it was actually directed at us personally, but you know,
But no, but if you're sensitive, there's a
yeah,
disruption there. It disrupts
yeah,
your vibe.
yep, yep. Now, after 2 years, I have been really paying it, or 3 years actually, I've been really paying attention to it, monitoring it. I can feel the energy fields from the power lines now. I can feel when they pump up the energy from Wi-Fi because that causes tooth pain, RF radiation. I'm almost getting to the point where I can differentiate between which type of radiation they're sending at me by the effect it causes. You know,
Well, that sucks, man, because that means you're
it
getting
does.
affected.
It
That means you're
does.
getting if you can feel it like that, that means you're getting hit.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And that's
it
not good.
that's
And
yeah,
that's
that
and
struck a
that's another
chord with
thing that's
me.
not right.
That struck a chord with me because I've walked into restaurants or grocery stores and I start
Yeah.
feeling different.
Yeah. Almost everyone should get an EMF meter of some sort on your phone. You can get one. You can put one on an app on your phone because there are going to be areas you walk into, and that you're exactly right, G. You walk into some stores and they've got the Wi-Fi blasting because in stores it's hard to get a signal to the back. So what they do is they put in multiple emitters, and you're probably feeling that.
Yeah.
And not
Yep.
only
Just
that, most of
different
these
in mood or
corporations
health.
are
Yeah.
under the same umbrella of security and technicians, and being a government entity, they can have a side operation where they control all that and have a legit business out of it.
Yeah.
And then
Well.
play with the switches and do
Yep.
exactly A, B, C, X, Y, Z. LSD gummy bears are chasing me, all that good stuff.
Well, they play with the power source right from the towers, is what they do. They can transmit a higher energy to an emitter, and have it put out a higher energy to like a
Yeah,
repeater. You know,
yeah.
so yeah, and they've been upgrading the power air substations in my area for about 3 months now. I've got them on camera, multiple trucks and stuff. They're just constantly upgrading so that they can put out more power. And that power is probably going mostly directly to towers because they're popping up all over the place. Strengthen your
Yeah,
own
they say
field
they're
too.
in a race for
Yep,
this or
and
that.
well, I do ground a lot. I wear protective clothing that helps quite a bit. Um, Only recently have I actually started feeling like I've gotten rid of most of the effects other than the smell until recently because they've been pumping out the energy level at around 72 on my phone meter, which is the average that they use to get people sick. So they're trying to get multiple cases in the hospital of their cooch and push the vaccine. And of course, the vaccine passport, which Boris Johnson hasn't relented on. He's letting his people go, but they all have to get a vaccine passport. So,
Well, that's politics for you.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if they'll go for that. That's quite a trick, right? I'll let go of
Hey, do you
everything
remember?
just
Do you guys
if you
remember
do
those old?
exactly what I wanted you to at the end, right?
Oh, this stuff's
What's
crazy, man. For
what's that,
real.
Steve?
I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all seen them, if they had them in Canada, but around here back in the early '90s, they would do these commercials against drugs, and they'd be like, "This is your brain on drugs," and they'd crack an egg into a frying pan and just fry the hell out of it. But
Yeah,
anyways, that's kind of like what they're doing to the people, but they're giving them the drugs and their brains are frying. Kind of like
yeah,
they were telling everybody what they were doing.
yeah,
Bam!
yeah, yeah. They use
You guys are gonna like it too.
yeah. It's a good trick, though, right? You use the frequencies to get the people in, to get the vaccination that'll
Yeah.
make them sick. You know, so you make them sick to get them sick. And now we've got upcoming monkeypox. Okay, which if you look at the description, it displays exactly like radiation poisoning. There's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
no difference.
Clever.
There's almost no difference. You get
They
rashes on your
they got to
skin
have
from
some way to
radiation.
cover up what's going on, you know.
Yeah,
Monkeypox
Exactly.
are funny.
Yeah.
yeah. So this I'm hoping people will catch on to and realize that's what it is. If you're getting rashes, it's radiation. It's not a virus in you or anything like that. By the way, this is not for medical information. This is for entertainment only. Yeah, if you if you get rashes, it's radiation. Um,
I was
Okay, so
gonna
ready?
pop in
Go
with a
ahead.
chat from Hippie Shake. Yes, get out of the cities. I am trying my darndest to do so. That's why haven't been around for a while because I'm just everything.
yeah,
But yeah, get out of the cities. They're really full of everybody's Wi-Fi. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Knox, I gave you the
Get
old
some
Wi-Fi.
type of meter and find, like I've got areas that I know are safe to go to. There are actually hallways that I can't walk through in my building because
I
of
don't
the
have a
Wi-Fi
passport.
signal.
Hmm.
It'll make me pass out if I stay there too long. I end up dizzy and starting to fall over. My eyes start wavering on the edges, black.
Yeah.
You know that blackout thing where you fade to black.
Wow, I can totally understand that because I've written it off for other things like, oh, I'm not hydrated or I'm not whatever. When I
Heart
walk, like you said,
palpitations.
into a place and it's like, what's going on with me?
Yeah, people will get heart palpitations. That's another thing, like where you feel like your heart's fluttering. That's an
Yeah,
effect of it as well. Yeah, many things that we think that we just put off
yeah,
are
or brain
actually
fog.
put on. Yeah, brain fog. That is one of the first ones, one of the first symptoms. And a lot of people are under brain fog on a constant basis because they're feeling the effects of what's going on from these towers and electrical systems.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we take back the government and we get control of the system again, we can get control of all the systems. And there are like responsible ways to use these technologies that work, and aren't harmful at all, really. Like keeping the power level at a constant level so that your body can adjust to it somewhat.
Mm.
Yeah, but can
Yeah,
you imagine having all this power than having everyone have just as much power as you and knowing things? It's no fun.
it's no
You got to
fun.
be able to be in control. You know,
I'm big into sharing, so I like
I mean,
I
I'm
don't.
just playing devil's advocate. I'm just thinking,
Yeah,
because it helps me out thinking, trying to figure out what's going on.
No, I experimented with power when I was young, and I don't like having power over people. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's right. Um,
I
yeah.
think that the intention behind it, means a lot in this crap that we're in and doing and what's going on. You know, the conscious intention has a lot to do with it.
Hmm. Yeah. And I do like that comment, that negative comment I was given. I like that because it shows how. Let me read. Did you hear that? Let's see.
I
G. Dude, you literally are doing nothing and thinking you're a hero for it. This train is going to get driven off a cliff just like January 6th because it's Canada, or gayer because it's Canada. He says. Okay, so I don't
Where
know.
did that come from? If that come from the southern border, y'all, they're probably just jealous. Because I was
I don't
jealous at
know.
first too. So
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, couldn't.
Nicholas Benoit. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I've never heard from him before, so nobody I know. So, but yeah, of course we know that it can get driven off the shelf like January 6th. But my hope is, and it's happening too, is that this will happen worldwide. If it happens worldwide, they can send as many provocateurs to as many as they want, but it'll only be called out because if it's
But do you
worldwide,
know if they do that, they'll and a lot of governing bodies they'll just do martial law, and that might be one of the things they might want to try to get this thing going and
that
get it
is
geared
that is
to.
one of the goals. That is one of the goals is martial law because you
You
can
get what
get
I'm
to the
saying though?
martial
Because
law, then you
if they
can
can't
ask
get
for
supplies in,
assistance. Then you ask for assistance from the UN,
That's one
and
way of getting them in. Yeah.
and
that's
you
the
know
end
what?
goal.
With everything going on in the political spectrum in that part of the in the Russian area down there,
Mhm.
up around that aspect and all that's going on, I mean, it looks like the cards are right in line for everything to go down so everyone can move their boards on the table without having to get interfered with.
It is, but we can take it back. We can take it back. I think
Yeah,
if we're very
correct.
careful, we have to be very, very careful. No violence. Um, we
Very correct.
we have the legal tools to do it in Canada.
You know,
So if we do it
self-defense is
non-violently,
self-defense. Got one life to give, but you ain't got to
yes.
go out there and take somebody's life just because you're pissed.
Well, I hope these people have learned their lessons from January 6th and that they don't separate, don't go off into small groups, stay with the main body. Um, there's strength in numbers and safety in numbers, and these people need to keep together. And it looks like that's what they're doing, really. Uh, provocateur, any provocateur thing would have to happen on the fringe of the group, because anybody calling or running around calling for violence would immediately be called out. Uh, that's not what these people are here for, and everybody knows that. So hopefully we can stick it to them.
Well, from what it looks like you are sticking it to them. I mean, I know internet on my side blew up about it, and I was trying to do everything I can to show my support. So if I'm just one of many out there that feel the same way. So I mean, I can only imagine.
Well, Trump said it first, although I'm not a big fan. Um, he said that you are the silent majority, and the silent majority is hopefully finally speaking up. You know,
Well,
uh,
it's not that we're silent. Is we gotta the way we gotta deal with our cards. We gotta deal with it kind of like on the world stage inside the wall because we got to keep posterity because when
right
we
there,
do
Mark.
want to got to keep our posterity. It's very important because we got to exhaust any and all before we can even think about really taking a physical move
Well,
because
we have,
the way our system has been infiltrated and disseminated against the people here,
yeah,
it's very
you,
tricky.
yeah.
I mean,
You
I'm
guys
not
do
and look,
have. I
and I'm
think you
just a
guys do
citizen. I'm not
have
even
some.
doing anything in this society to actually push it.
Mhm.
But I know what the people that are doing what they're having to deal with, and just being a citizen, trying to be American citizen and do my rights to be me.
Yeah,
It has been a completely different deck of cards just to be able to walk, to be me. I mean, it really has.
yeah, yeah. Well, they've been
Different.
putting us through the ringer for hundreds of years, thousands, right? So
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they've
time to
worked on us
stop.
for a long time. Well, also too, I this is just my opinion, but I feel that Canadians in their culture are more united than Americans. We've been worked on really hard here, and in my town, for me to speak up, and just say, hey, today I feel like this is what should be happening in our city, I will get an awful lot of flack because there's a real split in our perceptions of what this reality should be here. If
And
Americans we've been worked on
that's
really a
good.
long time, and we've been given a lot of drugs, everybody.
Yeah,
So we're a little messed up.
it
Okay.
is
You got
actually
a
kind of
headache
funny
here? Take
because
20 different chemicals right here. Here you
yeah,
go.
Canada was what has been promoted for decades as the multicultural society that it actually is. And right
Yeah,
now they're trying to say that we're racially divided. It's hilarious for a Canadian to think that.
I
Because
know.
when I grew up, there were Indian kids, black kids, there were people of every nationality that I went to school with. And they were just kids like me. They
Hey, you
weren't
want to know
any
something
different.
beautiful? You ever see a bunch of kids get together that don't know not one thing about each other, no matter if
Yeah,
they're different colors or
yeah,
anything like that, or even speaking different languages? Just kids being around kids,
yeah. They'll play.
they don't even think about this stuff right here.
Yeah, if I can, even if they
Beautiful.
can't
Let's
understand each
talk that
other, they
crap.
can still play. It's
Yeah,
amazing, you
yeah.
know?
We need to watch kids more.
Yeah,
I really do. But no, that's my point. Canadians are a little bit more united, and here, for various reasons, the Americans, boy, I mean, not even just race, but just perception. Just everyday perception is so different and divided, at least in my town.
I,
It's kind of like a television set, you know. Everyone here in America has been programmed by what they've been
yeah,
watching for the last 3, 4 generations and what they've been allowed to watch for the past 3, 4 generations. And they just, each of them got in their own little group. And, the
yeah,
powers that be are not stupid. And why they call it TV, television. And that's why they're called programs. They're programming the people. I mean, I'm a product of that because I had to rip my own mind off of it and come to grips in terms of really what actually been going on. And it's not just America, but
yeah,
that really the long and skinny. We've been programmed because we've been lied to for generations.
yeah.
Oh
For
yeah,
And it's
generations,
hundreds of years.
divided up
fucking
into little
ridiculous,
groups,
dude.
and yeah, and they've taken it to the extreme now, dividing us up into little groups and
Yeah.
giving us names and then telling us we're racist. It's
Or an extremist or a terrorist. I mean, whatever they want to label it. I
yeah,
mean, I just don't I don't understand it all, but I don't care
yeah, yeah.
because I
I'd
can
like.
only do what I can do.
Yeah, we have Dave Martin here, or is it a setup like January 6th? Well, we are prepared for that. These people are
I
well
thought
aware
about
of
that
January
yesterday.
6th. We are aware. The
Yeah.
promoters, the people that are involved in this, are all well aware
Duck
of
cake.
January 6th and what happened.
What
Uh,
about can you use
our
blue finger
news,
tape?
a lot of
Give
our
it a try.
news does talk about your news. So things like
Yeah, I would love to.
January 6th and that were promoted in our alternate news, how there were provocateurs and how it went down. And we're not going to fall for that, I don't think. So I'm hoping, anyways. David?
Yeah, I am
Hey,
too. And
we'll
so
have to
far,
see
it
that
looks
Christmas.
like it's been a
Daddy will
great
make something for
turnout,
you.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some 50,000 trucks so far. So
Right.
they're calling that a fringe element. But then this fringe element is going to be infiltrated by extremist groups and other groups that have
I think it's
apparently
going to work.
had plans for us. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I don't think that's going to work.
But that clear tape don't have as
It's
much
a
as it.
like you say, Canadians
That's
are kind of united.
cool,
We don't really, you know,
Yeah.
we I don't know. I don't know how to say that any different than that. We
But
don't.
it's true. You have a different culture, and
This is cool.
so it is what it is.
If you're a guy, you're in Canada. We don't even care if you're from a different country visiting. You should just
No,
get the help and friendship that everybody deserves.
one of my I've been around the world. I have traveled, and still to this day, one of my most favorite places to go is Vancouver, British Columbia. The people are great, the food is great, it's beautiful. I mean, I've just never had a bad moment,
Yeah.
where other places, I have had some interesting things happen, But yeah, love Canada, absolutely. And I'm really sad that we're not, doing our normal treks, of
Yeah.
vacations and stuff. We are just staying
You,
home.
you can always find somebody nice to talk to in Canada. You
Oh,
know.
yeah. Oh, helpful. Oh, yeah, we've always had a great time up there.
I haven't met too many Canadians outside of y'all, here recently. But when I was younger, I used to work playing with CB radios when I was younger,
Yeah.
peeking and tuning them. And I met a. That's where I got my first encounter with Canadians. And every time, our shop would service one of their CBs, it wasn't bad. It was a pleasant experience. They were always well mannered, you know. And
Excellent.
that
Yeah.
was my first impression of Canadians.
Cool. That's
And that
good.
stuck with me. And the ones that I've met after that's been pretty much the same way. So
Excellent. That's good to hear. That makes me happy. You know.
so as far as my
We
memory serves me right, I've never been wronged by a
Yeah.
Canadian.
Well,
But
we do have people have bad moods, just like everybody else. And stuff
that was gonna be my
happening in their
next point.
lives. You know.
Also being here in America, especially being on the East Coast, I haven't been on the West Coast, but Florida, there, New York, New Jersey, there's a lot of different ethnicities that go through those spots. And I've
Hmm.
met a lot and I've worked with a lot. I mean, different types of people. And I have found that people are just people,
Yeah.
whether they're, you know, whatever color, whatever nationality, there's just good and bad in every pot.
Yeah. Well, Canada's lucky too because economically we've always done really well. Like so, we've been able to share if and help other people, and that's a blessing. Uh, and it's kind of something that like if you come up with a good cause, Canadians are in for it. And it I don't know.
Well,
I just
America's the
like
same way. It's just been
yeah
hijacked by people getting money and
yeah
made it a way to cheat and illegal and get out
yeah.
of taxes. I mean,
Our
just like everything else
systems
been
have
corrupted.
been infiltrated and corrupted as well over the years. It has been happening for a long time, but really, it's been happening since before I was born in a big way. You know, and I can see it slowly eking away over the years. Our sovereignty, our ability to trade properly, our
You know,
ability to make money legally and without government intervention, and
you
that's
know,
all wrong.
I had a buddy, during the start of all this nonsense. He told me something, and it was on my waking up period of really, really what's going on, what's happening, and it was when all the signals were getting pushed out in the beginning and all that crap. One thing he told me that really just messed me up. He told me to literally go read the Karl Marx 10 plates manifesto. And at the time, I was just thinking, and this was my mind through all this going on. I'm like, whatever. I'm an American, I don't understand why would you even ask me to go do that? But that was part of the I guess you want to say program to not even accept, even look at, you know,
Yeah,
look at the enemy and see what the enemy can do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Type deal.
well,
That's the way it
yeah,
was. But by him even pressing that button, and then we went through the steps, and I actually did it. I mean, I'm not even going to say what's in it because I actually want to encourage somebody to actually do it. As an American, you'd be pretty pissed. I mean, if you actually look at it, read it, and read just the 10 plagues. I mean, don't go into the philosophy, don't go into how he does it, don't go into rabbit hole X, Y, Z. Just read the 1, 2, 3, and 10. I
Yeah.
mean, and then as an American, just look back and look at your laws and look at the
Yep.
statutes and look what's going on and just
And you look
what
at
the
all
fuck.
these other white papers that are basically based on that. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
man, and that was one of the biggest things as an American during the beginning and the onset of this. Me being a young gentleman that I am, I'm not really that experienced, but that was
mhm.
an eye opener. Knowing the
Yeah.
history that thankfully I had a good history teacher threw a dang book at my head,
Yeah, and
literally.
then you guys took all these Nazi scientists and diplomats and brought them over to America. Thank you very
And
much.
we were lied about that, and everyone went on
Thanks,
about that.
guys.
And
But thanks a lot.
I mean, some of those scientists ended up in Florida, and some of the
Yeah.
people that lived around them got fucked with because those scientists didn't stop experimenting.
Yep. And they did a lot of their experimenting up here in Canada, unfortunately. MK Ultra testing was done up
I
here
mean, I
on
mean,
a
I can't give you proof, but I know for
massive
a fact
scale.
they fucked with people that went to Disney
Uh,
World, Epcot, all that
mhm.
stuff back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, they had an opportunity, and
Yeah. Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
getting paid. They're getting
Canada
paid
is
to believe
just as
this too.
culpable. Canada is just as culpable in that because we did a lot of the experimentation on people up here. Uh, we brought your scientists and their ideas up here, and we did it on our own damn people. So yeah,
You know how angry as a person that was born here and realized what really happened and what's continuing to happen and not be able to do nothing about it. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I
that almost
do.
that almost completely cut me my whole mind. I almost went
That can
crazy,
drive
like
some
really.
people mad. Some people actually go mad from that. Uh, Once they're
I was about
awake,
this close.
you'll be
Go trucker.
like Jesus warns. Once you're awake, you'll be disturbed and you'll marvel, and then you will rule over all. But you have to go through the astonishment, the marveling, and the horror of it all.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
to see what's beneath the surface. Uh, you know, to see the evil underbelly of what you think is a beautiful world, which it is. It's just being run by Satanists at the moment. It
Here you
seems.
go. I know. Take that one for right now.
The
I got an
architecture
idea
is
how to
really
do
nice
box
up there.
now.
You love the buildings, eh,
We'll do it
Zoe?
right now.
They did
Yeah.
keep a lot of the older buildings up here. If you,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. If you just watch as these guys roam around, yeah, there's going to be a lot of older buildings with
The
what you got.
Tartarian question mark on him.
Yep, with the tartar, like the one there on the left.
Yes, I see that. It's almost castle-like almost.
Even the one on the right. Look at the pillars. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very nice.
and Quebec City is very similar in Canada. That's Quebec City in Quebec, Quebec. It's very similar. They have a lot of the older buildings as well. Uh, be good to look at from street view sometime.
Really cool. Yes. Um, I'm really in Canada. My biggest thing that I want to go, it's on my bucket list, is Banff.
Oh yeah, I've been to Banff. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Go to the hot springs there. It's stinky, but it's wonderful.
oh. I mean, but the mountains there, if you want to call them that, really they're melted buildings,
Yeah,
are
and
stunning.
some of the streets are covered with chalets. Like some of the streets going up the mountains, it's absolutely uh, ideal. Like the different architectures they have around there, you would love. You would
I
love.
would. I look at the pictures all the time and just want to really explore. And I forget the national park. We call them national parks.
Banff, Banff
Yeah,
National Park.
yes. I mean, it is just loaded with melty. I mean, it's just, I can't, I want to walk and explore
I've
so
never
much
looked
of
at
it.
it that way. I've never looked at it that way.
Oh, yeah. Once you put on those goggles
Yeah,
and you look at their mountains, you can clearly see that was a building. It was. It was
cool.
just, yeah. That's on my bucket list once all of this is over,
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I've got a few star forts around me that I plan to visit too. So that's going to be on video as well. I want to put put that up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that would be fun. There's a couple in Niagara, and there's a few across Canada. Not as many as there are like in Europe or that, but there's a few.
Nice. Yeah, and I'm getting ready to move here in the next 2, 3 or so months, depending. Selling a home.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so happy to. Yes, we're tired of crazy towns, so we have 3 states in mind, and each state has some remarkable stuff that I hope to cover once I get there. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Looks like Steve-O dropped out. Hey, Albie, how you doing? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, they're talking about the Chateau Lake Louise. Where's that one?
In Lake Louise. It's what is that
Quebec.
one called? Here, Banff Hotel. Type that into your search. Here, let me do that.
Okay. The Star Forts World. Yes, there are a lot. I've been doing a couple of videos of the ones off of England, and what was the other one in the Mediterranean? Yeah. You're near Banff?
No, that's across the country from me.
Albert Wiggler, I'm just going to say easily.
Hotel.
But yeah, that's one of my destinations. Looking forward to doing that.
Okay.
And I figured I'm just going to stay on these continents over here, the Americas, if I travel anymore. I'm kind of done crossing oceans. So
this is the Banff
Oh,
Hotel.
nice. Cool.
Banff Hotel. There, we'll share that one. That's the Banff
Yes.
Motel.
Oh, look at that. Tartarian all the way.
So, yeah.
And the
it's
mountains
beautiful.
behind it. Yeah, and
It's
the
a
mountains.
Yeah, and it's on Lake Louise, I believe. Let's check
Oh, I'd
that
love
out.
to stay there. Look at that. They are castles. They are, and then they told us that, oh no, we just built those in 1922 or whatever. Right.
There we go. There's a good one. Share that one. Oops, there's Steve-O again. Come on in.
Sorry about that. My
No
phone
problem.
It's okay. It happens on these internet things. We knew you'd come back. You love us so much.
I
Oh,
actually
look.
did. The
Well, there's Lake
show
Louise
kind of
and the
helped out a
Banff
little bit. I ain't
Hotel.
gonna lie to you.
What's that?
The show helped out a lot with what I was
Oh.
going through.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad it helped. Awesome.
Yeah.
Trying to lift spirits. We should all stay lifted through all this. Don't let it get to you. If you know it's coming, it has less effect on you.
Absolutely.
And realize that we are being messed with. So your emotions may not always be under your complete control. So when it does get out of control, just realize it's probably not you, and that gives you the power to stop it and change it. So be aware of that at all times. and
Way
that'll
before I
help you.
even came and started talking to y'all and stuff like that, I was on a fishing expedition anyways for myself.
Awesome.
So, and y'all were right along with it.
Cool. Big pile
Yeah.
of boulders with no slopes around.
Yeah, if you look way to the back of this picture, see those mountains in the back? We call
Yeah.
them mountains. If you go up close, those are melted buildings. I mean,
They do
look
look like they have levels on them even.
exactly collapsed levels, and they have holes like where doors and windows would be.
Oh,
And oh yeah. Banff is just a gem when it comes to
Wow.
the.
Yeah, it does
the,
look like that, doesn't it?
Oh, they have gorgeous mountain. I'm going to call them mountains because that's just what I was raised with. But they have gorgeous mountains that just, scream. Something happened here.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Even the buildings off here to the right, or the mountains, you can see that looks like there's levels on that as well. Well, what a beautiful place, eh?
No
Trade
kidding.
Lakes, wow.
Everything's
A
beautiful
lot of
except for
different.
that building there.
Oh, I'd stay there in a heartbeat. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Yeah. I'd like to get rid of the building too. Really.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. But I'd like to
You know.
stay there before you tear it down or melt
Yeah.
it. Let's
Yeah.
melt
You know,
it.
it takes me back to this when I was younger. I used to listen to a music artist. Anyways, he brought up this question, a kid getting, arrested and thrown in jail for tagging a
I'm
wall with
not sure
spray
which I
paint, right? Whatever it was a clown face, an FU,
Yeah.
a gang tag, and he get thrown in jail for graffiti, right? If you look at a
Yeah.
landscape and the whole creation, it's kind of ironic that, he get
I
thrown in
get it.
jail for
Yeah.
putting graffiti on top of another graffiti.
I get it.
The building's
Yeah.
just a change of the landscape. It's some more graffiti.
Right.
It's ironic.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it. It looks freezing. It is. That's melt water, Zoe. That's very, very cold ice water.
I want to jump in.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
So they have extremes there. They've got the springs, the hot springs, that look the same. They're the same color. They're greenish blue, and they're hot. So they got the hot springs, and then they've got the meltwater ice springs. So they've
Cool.
got everything.
And do they run the two waters together to get a good temperature in a pool?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No, the hot
You did it
springs, they
yourself.
just cool that in a tank till they run it in, like, if they have to.
I
But
see.
usually they just run it natural.
Wow, very
Yeah.
nice. And this is off topic, but I just wanted to say, Temperance, you have a great icon. It is like a graffiti. I don't know how you did it, but it's cool.
Yeah. Good idea, G.
Yeah, I've been to hot springs where they do that because the hot spring itself is so boiling. They
Oh,
run
okay.
they get
I don't know
another
if they do or not. I'm not
yeah, they get
sure.
another water source and they run them together to get just the right temperature for you to sit in there all toasty.
Yeah, the hot springs are in a different area from this hotel.
I got a water heater that does the same thing.
Yeah, but does it smell like sulfur?
In Florida, it might.
It might, yeah.
If there's any Floridians listening, they know exactly what I'm talking about. When you drill a well down there, you get a strong scent of sulfur.
Nice black truck.
Yeah. People are drawing hearts on them. All the rebels and provocateurs
Yeah.
in the crowd,
Oh, I see. Really?
When you draw a smiley face or a heart in the dust on the truck.
Yeah, or wash me.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
My
drawing
daughter
hearts
was
on
drawing
all
hearts on our car this morning.
Yeah, they were doing it on the big rigs and all that. So these guys, if they stay around and don't get their cars washed, they'll probably get hearts put on them, or "Let's go, Justin" put on it, maybe.
Yeah, let's go Trudeau.
Man, what a very weird state of events we found ourselves in time, ain't it?
Yes, we are in very interesting times, are we not? But you have to walk through life with some humor because it will throw a lot of stuff at you. Yes, Temperance, I love that. That is so cool. I wish I could do something like that. I have to just pull stuff off the internet when I use my little icons. Oh, this is cool. But yeah, I'm really excited that we are in interesting times, and we just have to walk through it with some humor. That's all I can say.
I'm going to pull something up. My friend Anya, who could be at the... Let's see here. Let's see where she is. She just put out a video about the protest she was at. I think she was in Edmonton, which is one of the main cities in Canada. Oh, she's in Vancouver. Nice. Share this. It's not a long video, so that's okay.
I didn't know we had a date.
Do we still have one?
No, I thought we
And it's titled Global Awakening. Let me start it from the beginning here.
Yeah, that was that one.
I don't know. I'm distracted.
What brown and white one?
It might be. It might be upstairs. It might be out in the
So she
building.
has found the global awakening. Awesome.
Freedom is calling on the other side of the wind. So we keep on walking, though it tears through our skin. Feeling like a warrior that's not afraid to bleed. The fight inside's in all of
It's a live
us,
reaction.
so we won't concede.
Why is there green?
Oh, the song went away.
No, you can't hold us down, down, down. You can't hold us down. No, you can't hold us down, down, down. Yeah, down, down, down. Can't hold us down. Every day's a battlefield between the light and the dark. Angels and demons try to tear us apart.
Come on.
Heavy on our shoulders is the weight of the world, but it makes us stronger. Though the pain it burns, you can't hold us down. We never give up. Walking through the fire and the flame can't hold us down. Cause when the going gets tough, we're tearing through the narrow chains. Can't hold us down, down,
No,
down.
Zoe, I know you feel it.
Down, 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 can't hold us down,
Lay
down,
down.
down, yeah. Down, 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 can't hold us down.
Oh, it.
You can't hold us down.
Lay down.
No, that's a bunch of people. I was trying
You
to
can't hold us down. You can't hold us down.
My daughter's been watching this live with me the last couple
You
of
can't
days.
hold us down. We never give up. Walking through the fire and the flame can't hold us down. Cause when the going gets tough, we're tearing through the metal chains. Can't hold us down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Can't hold us down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Can't hold us down.
Whoa.
Can't hold us
Why is it in the
down.
Canadian flag?
Is that in Canadian? This is Canadian.
But why they just not putting 20,000 of it?
They're showing you clips, baby, of around the Capitol.
But there's 20,000 of them now. They probably wasn't that. They probably wasn't after the single day of the whole day. Like they were holding flags out of their car.
I love you. That might change. Anything about that?
But I don't get why is there so many Canadian flags and the Canadian flag doesn't tell them, well, we don't blah 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 whatever.
Isn't that knowing crazy? Alright, time for you to go play. Come on. Alright, y'all. Y'all take care. I'm gonna have to buzz out. I'll be back if y'all still on. Take it easy. How do you get off this phone?
So that was from Anya Teak. She's on the road. I think she's going. I don't know if she's going to Ottawa, but she's following the truckers. There will be truckers leaving on a constant basis, probably for a week or so, heading
Wow.
towards Ottawa. Like they're not done coming, and they're up to around 50,000 now. And
Cool.
this is not just those truckers that are hit by the mandate. There are those that have their passports. They've done their vaccinations. There are all kinds. It doesn't. This is not just a international trucker thing. This is a trucker thing. So it's pretty impressive. I'm so happy.
It is. I am so happy too. Yes, they've probably taken their shots and everything, and it's like it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's look at England. There's another one. They want people to take one every 3 to 4 months now.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It's all just becoming too ridiculous.
Yeah.
And here in my town, like I said, we have the perpetual mask. We have to wear it everywhere, and it's frustrating because to this day I still forget one once in a while, and I have to go back home and get my. But yeah, now they just take it upon themselves to make up their own rules. So yeah, I'm just about out of here.
Yeah. The businesses out in New Brunswick were offered the opportunity to refuse service to those without a passport.
Yeah.
I think very few took advantage of it. So because there was boycotting happening, so that really didn't work well.
No, it doesn't. It's not, and it's not going to work well. There's just, and I just want to put this up. I do not believe their numbers,
No.
and they don't show their process of getting those numbers. They'll go, 95 million people have done this and that. I don't believe it.
Yeah. In a study from when? Was this done now, or is this from like before or something?
Yes, and
Or
what's
is
your
this a conglomeration of numbers, or is this an average?
right? And what was your process gathering it that we actually know is almost impossible to gather?
Yeah.
Come on, people. Yeah, they just make up willy nilly these numbers to either intimidate us. Yeah, that's it, to intimidate us.
Well, I now know a gentleman who left working in the medical field. He wasn't a medic or anything. He was a cleaner, but he saw the vaccinated coming in droves, and his girlfriend said, "Get out of there." So he left, just in time before the mandate came in for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in here too. People are, I guess, mandated to be, vaccinated. I'm unclear. Because they've just taken it upon themselves to make up these rules. Now I don't know what's really coming from our local government or not.
Well, they're still calling it up here. They're still calling it a pandemic of the unvaccinated on the news.
Oh, so, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, I just tell them, and it's my truth. I had a flu last March. I had a flu for 5 days. No, I did not get tested. No, I didn't do anything other than take care of my flu for 5 days. And I'm over it. And I'm not going to be paranoid about it. And I'm not going to disclose it either. I'm not playing their game. Yeah. There you go. So I may have had the big C or the little c. No, what do you call it again now? The COV. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to confuse it with cancer, but so what? It's done. I'm more immune at this point than anybody I know.
There's not one. There is barely one person that has died without a comorbidity. There is not one child who has died from it without a comorbidity. So if they dug into deep enough, most people that died with that cooch probably had a comorbidity.
Absolutely. And they planned on that because some people that I'm following, on the internet, made a perfect point that the United States petro fiat dollar is collapsing. But more so, it's everything that has propped it up. And one of the big things is Social Security here, our retirement from the government. And they say that at best, it will stay active until 2027. So how convenient to get rid of all of the pensioner participants before they need the money.
Yeah. And line up everybody else to have a shorter life,
Yes, exactly.
you know.
So that's,
So, you know, your
yeah.
chances of making it to your pension are probably zero. You know, if
Cor-
if you're triple vaxxed, you know.
Right. And those who are on, a pension, Social Security, whatnot, it's not going to last. So when things really hit the fan, let's say 2027, they're going to have a lot of angry people. And they don't want to deal with that. So it's like, we're just going to get rid of you now.
Yeah. Well, they were making fiat money before the pandemic started,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
propping up the banks with billions every day.
Oh, yeah.
So they were just destroying the system themselves, really, and they set up the system to destroy itself.
It
And
has to. It can't last.
yeah, it can't last. You can't just create infinite fiat money
No.
and expect to have a functioning economy.
And run the governments, because plural governments do this, and run governments on Ponzi schemes like a Social Security system.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Yeah, we have that too, hippie shake. We're still on lockdowns. We're still muzzled. They're still pushing the passport and the vaccines and all that. Yep, on their fourth booster, and they have more cases now than they've ever had, and more deaths, and more hospitalizations, and more adverse events, and things like that. So yeah, that's a horror show over there. In Canada, I'm estimating that we have probably about, yeah, I hope so too, hippie shake. We're having about I think about 65 to 70% of people vaccinated with with a single shot, maybe a double shot. For triple shots, they're not going to get even 30%. So I think that's falling apart right there on them. That's why they have been stepping up their game in Canada, because too many people have been resistant. What's going on there?
I don't know.
I thought that truck was shaking for some reason. Probably just the camera.
But yes, it's hit its peak, it's hit its wall, and they can't move much further. They're going to take a step or two back, and they're going to pull something else. That's
we know it's the two-step. If they relent at all, just like Boris Johnson, he relented on masks and lockdowns, and but we'll just have to use the passport.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the end game, dude. That was your whole end game, was getting to the passports. So so all it's just ridiculous. We can't capitulate to anything like that. We need this all gone. Nothing left of it. Totally eradicated. Should be pulled out. It should be left in the history books as a warning to future generations, not to allow government to get into gain powers over your body. And
yes.
not to let big tech involve themselves in government, because that's a lot of it was infiltrated by big tech in these families, and we've got to get rid of all these people that are doing this. They all need to be held accountable, and their fortunes. And I think that I don't know that this is legal, but I think these people all need to be sterilized so that their progeny don't come back for retribution out of this, and people learn that if you come at the human race will just get rid of you.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's like we'll just erase you.
We'll just sterilize the whole family line. I'm sorry, you can live out your life, but you're not going to make any progeny.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Because that's what they've implemented on the world right now. That's what they're trying to do. They're having miscarriages at 3 months, in the first trimester. They're killing babies. And who knows what type of effect this will have generationally of the babies that survive through this. What kind of, you know, reproductive system are they going to have, if they have any, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we've got a lot of pure bloods left, so that's not really an issue. We just need to get rid of them. And sterilization is what they wanted to do to us, so I think the punishment could fit the crime. I'm sorry that it includes their children or their grandchildren or whatever, but, you know, the crime is committed and we can't allow it to continue, and it's been going on for thousands of years, as many believe. So, you know, you're not giving up. So,
and they do hand these down. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, they do hand these down through families. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and it's systemic abuse too. Like they abuse their own. You know, so these children, these grandchildren, they'll all probably still be abused and twisted in the mind. You know, and I don't know how to fix that, other than maybe sterilization. And maybe that's a good enough threat to you know, stop anybody from thinking of doing these types of things again.
It's a really good deterrent.
Yeah.
Hey, you and your family gone.
Yeah, we're not going to kill you. We're not going to kill you. We're just going to sterilize you and keep your people separated from everybody else for the rest of your existence, in a jail or on an island, whatever people decide. Just an idea. As I say, this show is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes. Oh. Well, I'm going to head off here. I have to start doing things.
Thank you so much for showing up.
Absolutely. I enjoy this so much, Max Vision. You don't even know. And, of course, your remote viewing shows. I get frustrated with myself because last night I don't know where I was. But I try.
Well, we do have a lot going on. Sometimes it's hard to separate ourselves from
I think,
around us. And, you know, and even now, like I had a hard time viewing last night myself because I'm just so excited to see the story moving along. You know,
yeah.
Even though, you know, bad things can happen with this, we're at least moving along in the story and not just sitting on our butts waiting for, you know, big bad government to do what they want to us.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you and everybody to have a great week ahead, and I'll come around next week. And I believe, yes, next Friday, Saturday, and do some remote viewing with you.
Awesome. And if you have any shows coming up?
No, right now, I'm sorry, I'm a little quiet on my channel because, as you know, moving. We've got so much going on. I just don't have the wherewithal, the energy, let's put it that way. But anyway, I will be back soon with a show as soon as things settle down. So,
awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, I hope you do one on Banff.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
That would be awesome.
Okay,
thanks again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was great. Awesome. Well, what a good show, guys. You've helped me hopefully spread some energy, spread some word. Look at these people. So there's going to be bands playing all night. I've shared. Let's see if I still have that. Let me share the live feed going on right now, so that you guys can follow along and share this feed with your friends so that they know Canada's out there partying for freedom. Yeah, they're feeling the freedom, right, Albie? Spread the love. There's the food that they'll be serving. This is awesome. Let's listen in. Oh, there's the music playing. Awesome.
Confederation Park in Ottawa. Confederation Park in Ottawa.
You're welcome, Trey. So I hope this lifted your spirits, guys. I'm going to end it now. But thank you for coming by. Please share the link that I just put in the chat. Share this video. Share as much as you can. We got to get this going. We all know that there are bad things that can happen, but hopefully we're prepared for that. Keep that third eye open, and that'll help. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.